I thought, well, there's part of my life that I have not shared.
Why now with this book, and why did you feel prompted to do the follow-up for folks?
So I would have never thought of myself as a writer. I had labeled myself not a writer and just a scientist, and I loved math, and that's kind of how I grew into it. But when I wrote Natural Disaster, which has a long story of why I wrote it, I was shocked by the reaction. The number of people that wrote me and said, everything to you saved my life. I mean, people said, you were my therapy, or you brought me some sunshine. And wow, I had no idea we had so much in common. That meant a lot. But what they told me in the end of those emails was the tools you gave me really helped. And so I thought, well, I'll write another book about tools. But as I'm writing about what I've learned over the last decade of intense therapy, I realize as I hear the women of the Me Too movement shed their shame as they're talking about their assaults, I thought, well, there's part of my life that I have not shared. And a big part of that is digging into trauma. So I have to dig into trauma in this book. But most importantly, it is not just about the healing, but the hard work of healing that kind of never ends. And a very sunshiny look at that, because it's something we have the opportunity to do and the opportunity to grow through together.
But that's it. That's what's so terrific about it, is every chapter, no one's life is identical to another's, but there's so much that's accessible to people, and it gives you real hope. I don't want people to think that this is a book about self-pity or wearing your life on your sleeve. It's not. It's an affirmation. It's a rise up, and you got this, and everybody can relate to this. I mean, it's just a beautiful piece of work.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I think important there is too that not only you can do it, but you deserve it. And that's probably the underlying part that I hope comes out as well. And I wasn't ready to hear that for myself, nor did I know how. And so in this book, we go through the how. How do you know that you deserve it? How do you get the help so that you can get your brain and your life and just your illness to a place where you not just manage, but thrive? And that's what's exciting about where I've gotten with all of this hard work. I talk about
you can overcome that illness to the point that it doesn't affect your day-to-day life. You know, that you can carry on and be healthy and strong. You just need to stay on top of yourself and keep that positive sense. I deserve a life too. I deserve something good for me too. I love that you brought that up. It's such a great message for everyone, and it's so important right now. Stephanie, our beautiful producer who's been working with you, she really wants you to talk about Renee.
Yes. So Renee is my middle name. And much like so many people, I mean, Beyonce says it, and I'm not trying to say I'm like Beyonce, believe me. But she has Beyonce, and then she has Sasha Fierce. She always feels kind of these two parts of herself. Now, she's a global sensation. So let's take it down a notch. But when I was young, I always felt there was the Ginger part of me, which is named after the movie star
Gilligan's Island. Yep.
And very much the character that I think I genuinely am inside. But then there was Renee, and that was my middle name. And it was really like a sullen 6-year-old that, certainly had seeds of depression early, but then environmental contributions kind of exacerbated that. And I always felt this internal battle between these identities. And it really hasn't been until I went and got a real diagnosis and really great therapy that I was able to fuse those identities. And that is where I feel like a fuse box that's finally been reset and turned on and ready to light. And I think that's something important that people need to know too.
I love that. The fuse box. Everybody deserves and can build a fuse box for themselves. I love the conversation that the book makes with the reader. It's fantastic.